Ladies and gentlemen, today is Chuseok, and Chuseok is the day of fried foods, all these little Korean pancakes and all this stuff. And so in the spirit of that, I thought I would try to make a fried pancake dish that is brand new. You know, I love soybean soup, and soybean soup in the cold soybean noodle soup in the store comes and it looks kind of like this. So here we have, this is called konggukmul, and it's really just plain kind of thickened soy milk that you can use to make the soup. But this looks very similar, and I kind of got it by accident. I didn't realize really what it was, but this is like really thick soybean stuff. Now, my goal today is to make some pancake. It's kind of like a kimchi pancake, but it's with this soybean instead. So it's like a soybean. It's going to be more like a thick, like a veggie burger texture almost. I've never made this before. I've never eaten it before. I really have no idea to tell you if I do a good job, except, if it tastes good, it's going to be great. Let's get started. So here's what we got. We got some pork. We have onions diced. We got some diced kimchi. I added this, it's not normal in the recipe, but we have some potato. The starch really kind of makes it come out really nice. We have some zucchini and, of course, garlic. You can use any flour, but this mix is really nice, the pancake mix. This is 콩비지전, which is what we talked about earlier. I have, this is sweet rice, glutinous rice flour, an egg, and some salt and pepper. Now the key here is that everything I've diced to be quite small. Everything, it's just really kind of a square. The onions are small, everything's cut really nice and small. We're just gonna mix everything together in a bowl. Alright, I've never opened this before, but my first impression is that it is really thick. I mean, this is just some thick stuff. I love that all of these bags here in Korea have this like resealable top. This one does too, even the little ones. So it makes it easy to use again. Let's put some flour and stuff in. Now you can use any flour you want for this. The nice thing about the pre-made Korean pancake mix is that in addition to regular wheat flour, it adds some of these like baking soda and a little bit of salt and some stuff to kind of make it a little more crispy. I always find it though that it's not quite crispy enough for what I like. So that's where I add the glutinous rice flour to the outside. The glutinous rice flour, when you fry it, it gives it this nice chewy texture. You don't want to overdo it because then you'll end up with some really chewy stuff. But as you fry that, the outside crispens up, but it's not a hard crispy, it's like a chewy crispy. So it's a really nice texture with these pancakes. So I always add a little bit extra, even though the pancake mix comes without it. Now, if I don't use a pancake mix, I just add a little bit more because I want to compensate for the lack of it. So I always, when I don't have this mix, I just use regular flour, a little bit of baking powder, and glutinous rice flour, and then some salt and pepper to mix in with it. I put the egg on top, and I really don't have a set amount of how much flour I use. I mean, this is about, I'm going to use a little over half a cup here, like a heaping half a cup. It might be too much, it might be too little. I just kind of have to play with it and see what that does, and see how dry it turns out to be. Then whatever I put in for the regular flour, I just put like maybe a third or a half of this rice flour in compared to what I have. So it's just a little bit less than this. I'll mix it in nice. And then I've added some salt and pepper on top. Use a little bit of seasoning salt and some black pepper to give it that nice kick. Now, of course, the main problem I have here is my bowl is too small. As you can see, it's heaping, and I don't think that I can actually mix this by hand. I'm gonna pause the video, I'm gonna figure out, I don't have a bigger bowl, so I gotta figure out how to mix this carefully, then I'll show you what it looks like after. Okay, the only thing I found was this pot. So I went ahead and moved everything over to the pot, and I'm just gonna mix, using these gloves, I'm gonna mix in and see what it looks like after I get it all mixed together here. Everything I've seen online, I watch a few videos before I make these, and everything I've seen online shows it a little bit thicker than this. This still has like kind of the consistency of, I don't know. I don't know what it has the consistency of, but something. And I think it needs to be a little thicker. I'm gonna add a little more flour and see how that goes. Now this is more of the consistency I think you want. It's kind of like a doughy, almost just like a soft dough, a little bit sticky almost. The reason is, a lot of the ingredients that I put in have some water in it that will release as I cook. So I got some zucchini, I got the onions, and all of those things as I cook them, as they are going to, they're going to release some water, and they're going to be softening it up a little bit. And I think if it's too juicy, if it's not dry enough, it'll kind of fall apart. And these are actually kind of cake-like, almost like burger-like things. So I'm gonna cook one or two and see how it goes, and maybe have to adjust the recipe afterwards. I've watched my mother-in-law cook something very similar before called bindae-do. And one of the things that I learned is that you cannot, don't skimp on the oil. You almost want it to be sitting in a pool of oil when it cooks. These things, especially the thicker ones, it's almost like a deep fry, like a pan deep fry that you're doing to it. It doesn't seem very healthy, but they do kind of drip them off afterwards, and are super tasty. So let's see how it goes. I'm not sure. I've never actually done this before. Like I said, I never fried it with this thick bit of oil. We're gonna try it out. See how it goes. Alright, so my tip to get a circle very clearly failed, but I think this is the right thickness that you want. It's maybe like 2 centimeters thick, like 3/4 of an inch, something like that. And you see it's really frying. It is kind of like a deep fry here. So, okay, there she rolls. I've made just some basic, just some soy sauce dipping here, and this is what we got. Now, of course, my biggest concern, I got to make sure the pork is cooked. I think it is. It looks, you know, that's the most dangerous part. Let's taste it out here. It's hot. Oh my god. I have no idea if this is what it's supposed to taste like. It tastes great. Very crunchy on the outside. You can hear the... Onions. Zucchini soft. But still alive. It's not completely dead. Just like the Korean way to cook the veggies. You don't want them too soft. You don't want them soggy. Hey, winner. Happy Chuseok, everyone. So, once again, it says 콩비지전. 콩비지전. 콩비지 pancake. Soybean pancake. Soybean, I don't know what 콩비지, what would you call it? Soybean something pancake. And super tasty. Alright, enjoy your Chuseok. Happy fall, everyone. It's cooling down here. As expected, the glutinous rice flour really gives the outside of this thing a nice crispy flavor. Soybean thickens it up. It's like a bean patty. And this would be a great veggie burger. Korean veggie burger right here. So good. If I was gonna make a veggie burger by itself, I'd probably put a little more soy sauce in it. Because this one you would dip in the soy sauce a little bit.